welcome to the JagCorner. Today's a little bit different. We're still setting things up, still figuring things out, and we've added another host. My brother Bryce is here today. And he's going to be navigating the webs for us and talking kind of as I work and as I do other things. I'll be participating in the Atari Talk as we go along. But I want to break away and do some Jag Dev on the side and maybe even a little bit of painting depending on how much time we have. I'm going to be trying to keep the stream to about an hour. The last stream was almost 3 hours. So, yeah, we'll definitely try to keep it to an hour. But anyways, so because this is a new thing for us, let us know if there's anything you would like to see. If we need to change our format to make it more interesting, we want all the input that you can give us. So, yeah. So we'll start off with some Atari talk. Bryce, I believe, has some things prepared for us.
Yeah.
So
let's hop over here. So, interesting, a bit of news. Let me get my up here. There we go. So, VCS. This might be a little bit of a point for some people, positive or negative. Probably mostly negative is what the vibe we're getting. So,
yeah.
Me personally,
of course, since the beginning, it's kind of always been negative. Poor Atari has an uphill climb.
It's an uphill climb when you're dealing with big players who can take a loss on their systems, right? And so, I don't know, that's kind of what I wanted to dig into a little bit. So, yeah, they put out this Medium post, let's see here, yesterday? 2 days ago? What's today? Oh, yeah, 2 days ago.
Yeah, just a few days.
And, full screen. Covered a lot of good information, just kind of explaining where they're at. And that's kind of the point they brought home with the price, is that at the end of the day, they're trying not to take a loss on the hardware, and they may still be taking a slight loss. So I did a bit of research. So they mentioned the price down here somewhere. Anyway, $299 for the base console, plus $100 if you want the two controllers with it, right? And so it's built on this R1606 AMD Ryzen platform. It's what they put into mini PCs, and they talk about how it's kind of cost effective where they're at, selling at scale. And so I did a little bit of research because I'm familiar with some of this stuff. And here's the baseboard, what you use when you're developing for these sorts of systems for the previous generation. And you can kind of see here, price-wise, if you're just going to buy one, which normally you buy these at quantity, obviously you're selling a lot of these, you're going to get a price reduction. But still, this is the previous model, and even at quantity 25, we're still over the $300 price point, right?
It's expensive.
So, in all fairness to Atari, it really does kind of make sense where they're at. They're a company that's been struggling for years and years. They don't have the capital to really sell this at a loss. So they're going for these niches, which, like everybody's talking about, I don't know if that's really going to work.
Well, and you add the cost of the controllers on top of that, too.
Yeah.
And so that's obviously, they're custom designs, so there's a lot of money that's been dumped into that. So that $400, well, it's what, $390 now?
$399, or yeah, if you get on the website, there's the
thing.
$389 if you get it all together.
Yeah, so they've dropped it $10, but yeah, they're definitely selling this at a loss.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. And so well, I don't know.
But they do have distribution,
yeah.
So they're going through Walmart, which they will sell through Walmart.
Yeah, so that was the other thing they brought up. They're talking about how they're getting ready to announce some brick-and-mortar partnerships. So you're going to see these in-store, which is interesting with the coronavirus going on, how much people are actually going to see that. But based on my visits to Walmart, people are still going to see it.
Yeah.
At least here where we live.
And something weird's been happening with retro gaming in general on at least old video games. Like the prices for old video games have gone up because during coronavirus, during that whole thing, and during this thing that's happening right now. But I think more people are just inside playing video games, and so that might be a big boon for Atari if they get it out here in the next few months. Which, do they even have a release date? Did we even see if they?
Jeez, I'd have to look at it again. If it was mentioned very quickly in passing. Right?
Can you do a search
I don't
on
think
the
there
page
was.
really quick? Yeah. See if there's a just release or something.
No.
Nothing.
No, they didn't mention anything there. At least not what I can see here.
And I get their newsletters, and so they're pushing things back. Usually, like, we're adding this, or we're partnering with someone. It seems, There's always something in the newsletter about and they're trying to keep a forward momentum. They're always trying to. Their marketing guys are,
Yep.
which is a good thing. And again, they have an uphill battle here with older fans for sure, which are very niche, very small group of the people that they're trying to sell to. Got to keep that in mind too. But.
So it was interesting as I was reading this article and I first saw it. I was like coming into it with the whole mentality of like, yeah, I'm probably never going to get one. You know, the price is out of range, or I'll wait until the price drops low enough that it makes sense. But they really, for me personally, I thought they made a good selling point, and they talked a lot about how we're treating this as like a mini PC, and that got me thinking. I'm just like, wait, could I make this like a little mini Atari ST emulation thing, like a dedicated thing? I'm like, and then I started going down that rabbit hole. I'm just like, why didn't Atari do something? You know, like have these options. Like I want it to be a dedicated 2600 box that I can also do other computer stuff.
Yeah.
So when I boot it boots up as a 2600 with the ROMs list, or an ST with the ROMs list.
And you design the hardware to play that specific console.
Exactly.
Emulate it.
Yeah.
That specific console well. And then you sell a controller, like the really cool controller that they have going on. That's what you dump your money into in terms of design. And you charge to the nose for it, too.
Yeah.
For the controller, because that people, they want to use that joystick.
Yeah. And the controllers, that was another talking point we had, because Will back in the day got an Ouya. I don't know if you feel comfortable with me telling you that, but
I got an Ouya.
It was an interesting concept, and it was novel at the time, and a lot of people are comparing the VCS to that. VCS has a couple of things going for it beyond that. The fact that it's not a hard locked system, it's built on computer components. So at the end of the day, you buy one of these things, their interface doesn't get supported anymore, their storefront doesn't get supported. It's still a usable PC. You can drop Linux, you can drop Windows, whatever you want.
And Bob Dunlock here, he says, I can't wait to see the homebrew scene for this thing in 20 years.
Exactly.
And the thing is, it's an Atari console. So you are going to see homebrew on it in 20 years. Yeah. It's going to be one of those things. And it's frustrating, and I know I call them old-timers. I shouldn't call them this, but older Atari fans, older than me. So older than 30 years old, older than 40 years old.
Pre-Jag generation.
Pre-Jag generation Atari fans. They see this. They see Atari now, and this is a blanket statement, but a generalization. But they see Atari now as not Atari. Yeah. It's something else. It's somebody else wearing the skin suit of Atari. Yeah. That's what it is. And unfortunately, you say homebrew in 20 years, there's probably going to be a lot of younger people that do get this console that will have nostalgia for it. But it won't be like the millions of consoles that they sold back in the 70s,
now, here's
the
going
60s
to be
and 70s.
An interesting thought. Do you think it'll outsell the Jag?
It will outsell the Jag.
Oh my gosh! Is that our benchmark for success?
Benchmark for success. I don't know. That might. How many did they sell?
Wasn't it like
Atari
200,000?
I think it
it's
was
not
at
a very
least
high
300.
benchmark to go for.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think anybody knows the actual number, but estimates. So sales numbers. I was gonna look that up here really quick because. Oh wow! Never mind. Atari sold approximately 125,000 units of Jaguar as of December 31st, 1995. So when they were done, basically, Atari had approximately 100,000 units in inventory. So they only made 225.
So maybe this is we should have this be a running thing on this stream. Once the VCS comes out, we start tracking the numbers, and we'll have like a big celebration the day it beats the Jag.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. Would that be a bad day?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's exciting. It's fun.
No, it is, and it's cool to see Atari trying to get back into the some sort of console market. It's not the video game console market, like you were just saying. It's more of like a PC market that they're going into, and like you get on the website, and it's more about streaming than anything else. At least this is my opinion. They're really trying to push the whole streaming. This is your new streaming box. Get rid of your Roku, get rid of your Chromecast, get rid of all this, buy our Atari console. So you can stream everything on something that's obviously better than those devices in terms of raw power, raw 128-bit power, or whatever they're saying nowadays. Yeah. And then you can play some of our old games too. Like, that's what it feels like. Yeah. And so... And there's going to be a market for that. There are people that are looking for boxes to stream their stuff off of, but... And here's the thing. I never really got into the PS4 or Xbox One in terms of streaming content, because I know the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, that was their big push on those consoles, is that you had everything there in that one console. It wasn't just gaming, it was all your streaming and everything too. And so it's just like, there's already companies doing this, and they have a larger audience, and even if their product in terms of streaming isn't the best out there, doesn't matter. People want their AAA games, and so they'll deal with a subpar streaming experience as long as they have their AAA games. And so when I look at this, I'm just like, what are they doing?
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting, and I was thinking about this right before we started the stream, is the idea that there's lots of indie games out there, and like I have a Switch, and so I get on the store and they got the AAA titles right there, right? And they're usually the ones that are promoted. And so as an indie developer, I'm just like, I have to constantly compete with that. So if Atari can really attack that angle of indie developers and figure out how to get them on board and developing not AAA titles but high quality indie titles, it could be a real boon for indie developers and a platform that they could really rally behind.
So I want to pull up, let's see if I can find it here really quick. Gotta find, because Atari just released Atari VCS newsletter. They sent out a newsletter this morning, and I'm just wondering if those are public. They probably are, if I had to guess. News and updates. Oh no, they aren't. Because I just wanted to read the newsletter, so I had a source, but I've noticed in many of their newsletters that they talk about onboarding new people. Like, we're making sure that our third parties are happy and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And do they have anything on their website? On the I can pull it up here.
Yeah, I wasn't.
No, you're
looking at
you're
the website.
Fine. Atari BCS. I'm just wondering if they have a list of third parties on their website, because it seems like the last time I looked at it, developer blog, AMD. Indiegogo. Oh yeah, that's right. They funded this. As seen on. Yeah, and I may be thinking of something else. It seemed like that they had another page that listed third parties that they had partnered with, but developer inquiries. Let's see if it's there. And it's possible. Oh no, that is an email. So nothing there. Anyways, so you're right. I think if they really focus on their third-party support and they highlight the exceptional talent in that pool, they'll get something out of this. But
who knows? Maybe Tempest 4000 will just be like mind-blowing. Of course, it's already out.
It's on the PS4.
Oh, that's right.
And it's lackluster.
I've played it.
So Tempest 5000, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
we're looking forward to Tempest 5000, or if they. Jeff Minter just he put up a trailer for his latest game this morning. In fact, he did it this morning.
I'll switch you over.
Yeah, switch over to me. YouTube.com, Jeff Minter. Yeah, Moose Life trailer, and we'll go ahead and stream this for a second. Make sure you guys are getting audio. Yeah, you guys are getting audio. Okay. And it looks really cool. It looks a little bit like Tempest 2000. And my guess is this is going to show up on the Atari VCS.
Yeah.
I'm willing to guarantee that Minter has some sort of partnership with it, because I think Atari is starting to get this idea that, or get the idea that this old school crowd, maybe they aren't the biggest crowd that you want to sell to, but they're the ones that are going to be able to sell what you're trying to sell, because they're not just some guy. They're guys that grew up with this.
Yeah.
They're people that grew up with this, that have a passion for it, and that comes out in the work that they do, whether they're in front of the camera or they're making games. And I think Jeff Minter is a key player in this. And I don't know a lot of developers from those old days, and the people pre-Jaguar generation are going to know those people a lot more. But it'd be cool if Atari really went out of their way to court those people. I think he just went into VR. Yeah, he does VR on all his stuff now too. Anyways, hopefully we don't get flagged for that. But anyways, yeah, cool stuff. But
let's see. switch over and see what else I had on the queue here. So that's VCS. I mean, there's stuff to talk about there. It'll be interesting to see its launch and see how all of that goes. We had this Nintendo Life article, so a little bit more VCS. They just made a mention about how they use Nintendo as some inspiration for their design. So, I don't know, was there anything else you wanted to kind of mention on that?
No, I hadn't read the whole article yet. It was just a headline. But it's interesting to see that Nintendo-Atari relationship, right?
Yeah.
Because that almost happened. The NES almost didn't happen.
Yeah.
It almost happened through Atari, and it would have been interesting to see how that would have turned out in the mid-'80s, but it didn't happen. And so it's interesting to see this throwback in the marketing department, because they're aware of the history. They obviously are. Yeah. Why would they do this? Why would they do this article, Yeah. They're aware that there's people that are aware of that history, and so they're trying to leverage it, but it seems like a really just a half-a effort. It's just they're not putting everything into it, and again, it's an uphill battle, and I'm sure there's some I don't know if you've ever looked at the Twitter page, but there is constant demoralization in the comments on their posts. And I'm sure they're the pre-Jaguar generation, the pre-modern Atari generation getting on there and just saying, hey, no, this isn't the real Atari. This is garbage, constantly. And it's I'm way into old Atari, but at the same time, I'm like, give these guys a chance. It'd be cool to see that brand come back up and make something out of it.
And really,
it won't be the same.
That's the whole interesting thing with this story is the Atari brand, right? It got squandered in the 90s.
Yeah.
And it's just struggled to figure out what the heck it is.
Yeah.
For the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Plus years.
And I think on that point, it's been struggling, right? But it seems like they keep coming back to this old library, to these old things, the original, 60s, 70s Atari. That's what they keep coming back to, because I think they understand that,
something to hold on to.
What is our brand, And so they find something that people recognize, and they hold on to that, and they've been trying to branch off of that. And they've just had the hardest time doing it.
So, love it, hate it, the VCS is really an interesting approach for Atari, because it's simultaneously holding on to the past while also trying to figure out where its place is in the future.
Yeah.
Because we've had so many different things that they've done with the virtual casinos and all sorts of stuff. I mean...
what's it? Atari Token? I think that's what it's called.
Atari Token, which I
think they're still... They are, and they're tying it directly into the casino thing that they're doing, too. And I believe they've partnered with a few online casino groups.
Well, I guess we got that hotel coming up.
Oh yeah, right? We have the
supposedly. So it's interesting to see how the people are trying to carry this brand into the future. Hopefully, they can make something of it. It'd be cool to see Atari stick around for a while.
Yeah. But anyways,
the last thing on the news that Will was interested in here, and I was kind of interested in the analog NT Pocket NT. I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
So. Pretty neat device. If you haven't heard about it, it's just a portable gaming device that has backwards support for everything portable, right?
Yeah.
Is kind of the idea.
Basically, everything up to the Game Boy Advance. It's missing. It probably doesn't have was it the TurboGrafx portable, whatever that one was?
Yeah.
Does it have that?
Doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it. So it doesn't have every portable from the 90s and late 80s, but it has most of everything. I was watching another streamer, and they said it's something like 2,300 games are going to be available in terms of library size. Yeah. Because of all the ground that they're covering.
But the fascinating thing about it is it uses, like the other analog NT devices, it uses actual cartridges.
Yeah.
Right? That's the idea.
And so the Game Boy games you're going to be able to plug right into, and then you have, what is it, the Wonder Swan and the Lynx? What is it?
Let's see here, adapters for the Game Gear, Neo Geo Pocket, and Atari Lynx.
Yeah, so they have 3 consoles that you can swap
these adapters that you can drop in.
So really, it's a really cool idea.
What's the price on 200?
Yeah, I think it's 200.
I mean, it's
without the dock.
It's pricey, but it's high quality. The display is 1600 by 1200, so you got that native 4:3 aspect ratio, which divides nice with the Atari Lynx, 160 wide.
Yeah,
so you got
it's
a 10:1 pixel ratio, which means you can do all sorts of cool things. We were talking about this earlier with the RGB color and actually virtually creating the pixels on the display.
Yeah.
So it looks like the old
actual pixels,
beefy pixels of the Links instead of just blown up
and we
squares.
talked about maybe even washing out the screen so it looks like
if you want
original.
the authentic experience.
So it's cool. From a preservation standpoint, it's really cool that something, I say this is simple, but as simple as a high-resolution LCD actually allows you to preserve some of that experience, where you wouldn't be able to do that with a lower resolution, cheaper screen. And so the $200 price point might feel high, but games are getting more expensive. Consoles are getting more expensive. The old consoles, and so I've heard that like the Game Boy SP 101 is $100 now, and so you're already halfway to this by getting an original console, and it won't look as good as this, you know, and you can't play Game Gear games, Atari Lynx games and stuff, and so there is an advantage, and they have things like link cables, like what you're looking at.
I was just looking at that, and that for me has always been a sticking point for the emulation. It's like, man, these portables, cool thing about it was the multiplayer link up, right? So the links, you have the comm links, and Game Boy's always had, you know, its link up stuff.
I don't know how much people actually use those.
That's true, because it feels like emulation's always just become this one-off, you know, individual kind of experience thing anymore. But to have the ability there is kind of cool, and built in through, not emulation, it's FPGA, but to have that ability is pretty fascinating, because I picked up this little Pocket Go portable thing, which is cool because it has the low-res display and it's really chunky pixels, but there's no way to do any sort of like system link, which would be awesome, linking. Especially at the price point it sells at. Yeah,
and the linking stuff, just having some, and this is most portable emulators, they have a USB port and stuff like that. One thing that's exciting about the NT is it is a premium product. You will have people, not 20 years down the line, but immediately after this releases, developing tools outside of whatever ecosystem they provide. And it's an FPGA, so you can do whatever you want with it, because it's if they open that up.
Yeah.
And I assume they're going to.
Maybe. So I'm guessing they're probably riding a fine line with Nintendo.
Yeah.
In terms of, you know, as we've seen with things before. But obviously they've got the track record with their previous releases.
Yeah.
The Super NT and the NT for Nintendo and Super Nintendo releases. But so clearly they must have some relationship with Nintendo to be able to get away with doing this. Although with FPGA, and if it was cleaner and developed, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if they developed it in their own
and
space.
Especially since it's designed to take cartridges, you know, out the gate. Then
there's
the
no
expectation
issue at that
is
point,
that you have original cartridges, right? So it's not wrong.
Here's the thing. Nintendo's probably going to try to find something to get them on this, but the fact that there's people making duplicate consoles already for the NES. They've released their own NES and Super Nintendo, I believe, analog, haven't they?
Yeah.
The really premium
aluminum they're the ones. Yeah.
And the thing is, I don't think Nintendo's going to come after them. Maybe for the Game Boy Advance stuff, but most of that you can't even get on a modern Nintendo console, and so it's just like they're not making any money off of it.
Yeah.
And so, is the Wii Virtual Console still up? Or is that all?
No, you can't buy them through Wii.
Yeah, so it's all
well,
gone.
actually, no. On the Wii U, that may still be available. I don't know.
So I could see them. No, they're not doing Game Boy either. And so it's
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe Nintendo will buy them out, and it'll all turn into what they
have
their NES Mini stuff now, and they're just.
I would love an original Game Boy paint job on an NT. That would look really. It looks like a Game Boy Pocket. That's why I like it so much. Visually, it looks like a Game Boy Pocket. I never owned a Game Boy Pocket, but I always like that. It's just a standard original Game Boy, but flattened down. It looks super sleek. I really like it.
Anyway, it's fun. I think it's just exciting to see. Like I say, I got that Pocket Go. That's been like the best emulation experience I've had in a while. It's the Pocket Go 2, so it's a slightly larger model and a little more capable.
Well, and I played it a little bit too. I just love the control scheme on it. It just feels really great.
Buttons are great.
And it's a horizontal aspect ratio.
Yes,
it's landscape.
That was the killer for me on this one. I'm just like, that's why I would probably never buy this one. I prefer horizontal layout on my buttons on handhelds. I've never been a fan of the cramped Nintendo or Game Boy style. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I don't know how that will feel on this one. This feels a little bit, well, maybe not. It's probably about the same footprint as a Game Boy Pocket. It seems like it's a little bit bigger, but anyways.
Maybe. We'll find out.
Cool. If you want to keep... I'm going to jump over to Jag Dev stuff.
Okay.
If you find something interesting while perusing around on AtariAge or something, let us know.
All right.
And we'll switch over to that. So I'm going to pick up where we left off last time. If you happen to watch the stream last time, let me see if I can get over to it. Just take me over to Kate. It should be code and VJ.
Gotcha.
So the last time we worked, actually, yeah, it's fine. I'm not going to show the sprite yet. I'll show it once we get it implemented in game. But yeah, we're just going to add a sprite to our program really quick. I need to convert it, so I'm going to do that right now. And that is buried inside my program. So let's go find that. CD. Cutscenes, game primer, graphics. It's in here somewhere. CD, building. Oh wait, no. This was okay. So the sprite was for a game over screen. So it's actually CD. And you're gonna see every cutscene in the game right here. Not every cutscene. I might. Yeah, there's spoilers here if you really want to dig into it, but I think it's just end dead, if I remember right. End dead. CD graphics, building. Oh, it doesn't look like I'm doing that.
Oh yeah, Lee76 is excited to see some Jag Dev. Somebody on the chat.
Oh yeah, it's time for. Hey Lee, I recognize you. You've been on streams before. I think you're on. You think you're on AtariAge as well. I don't think it's the same username though. Anyways, we've talked before. Let's see here. Oh, I haven't even exported it out as a GIF. Okay, I guess you guys are going to see it somehow.
Cover your eyes.
Cover your eyes. No, it's fine. They saw it last time.
Oh
So
yeah, that's right.
I have to open up GIMP though, and you know what? I'm just going to do this really quick. You guys won't be able to see it because I'd have to set it up in the stream. So I'm just going to, if I can find it. There it is. Okay, let me get this exported as a GIF. Temp GIF. Just like that. Okay, we should have it now. Oh, we don't. Where did I save it? I should have prepped for this a little bit more. Sorry about this, guys. Open recent. Where are you? Oh, whoops. Put it in the wrong place. Graphics. Cutscene end dead. Yeah, so there's at least right now there's 3 ways you can end the game. You can end the game by everybody dying. You can end the game by not fixing the radio before the 64 days is up, and you can freeze to death. Those are the only 3 ways to die in the game, completely. Now, that doesn't mean individual characters in the game can't die. They die as well, or they run off. I'm still deciding on how ambiguous I want to make that. I'm not sure yet, but this end dead just assumes all the other characters except for Trevor McFur are still around. Okay, I'm prepped now.
D76, whoops, says he's IM_reg, REG on AtariAge.
REG. I actually don't recognize that. I've probably seen you around. What's your avatar? On AtariAge. I'll probably recognize that more than your name. Of course, Albert on AtariAge changed his avatar, and I was so confused with this person that was replying to people, and he was moderating certain comments and stuff like that. I'm like, who is this? Like, is he even a moderator? And it was Albert. He just switched his avatar. I'm also admin on Atari Jaguar Fans F2 Facebook page. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I know who you are. So I don't go by the Atari Jaguar Fans page very often, but do they still have my artwork up as the banner? I think that's the page. Oh, that's the banner I did with the girl on the cube. Yeah, they commissioned me for that, I think. Okay, Okay, I got the graphics. We need to convert it. So we have this cool little image converter by Seb of the removers. And we are doing 8-bit graphics. We need a binary file, and we need to add the no dithering flag, because I think he has that on by default. So, oh gosh, my name is wrong too. I gotta fix this, sorry guys. In fact, I think I screwed up one of my assets. Move, act, tell story to end dead. There we go. Jag image converter dash clet binary, and for those, yes, it's okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm thinking of the right page then, Lee. I don't get, so I've kind of moved away from Facebook, except for specific things, specific Jaguar things. So. I'll probably jump on there soon and check it out, but I get notifications in my email for those pages every once in a while, so I'll go to specific posts and do that. But okay, for those interested, Jag image converter, and I already started talking about this, but I'll be clear this time. Jag image converter is an image converter by Seb of the removers, and most of our graphics in this game are 8-bit color depth. That just means they're limited to 256 colors, and so I have this clut flag to recognize that. Binary it gives me an object file that I'll be able to link together later, and no dithering is just to tell it not to dither the colors, and then I just feed it the file to convert. It's converted, so if we check that out now, we get two files, that ndedbg map and the palette file. All we need is the map file, but we need to then do one more conversion with that, which is we're compressing it down. I compress all the graphics and then decompress them, so we can. This is a graphics intensive game, and so as much compression as we can get, the better. Anyways, do we have comments? I see the chat going.
Sorry if I butcher your name. Marcio Napoli says he's excited. He'd be excited to get the analog day one if they had Jaguar core for the FPGA.
Oh, that'd be so cool. There's somebody working on the Jaguar core too. I know they have a handful of games working. It's been a while since I've read this, so I could be completely wrong here. But you have to patch the core right now for individual games to get it to work, but they're making progress. It'd be so cool if they had a bug-accurate core, which they're probably going to have in order for 100% compatibility.
Well, they still don't have the Tom or the Jerry chip fully reverse engineered
Jerry,
yet,
which
right?
is the DSP,
yeah.
the GPU.
They don't have that fully reverse engineered.
Or
still.
Tom. It might be Tom. I can't remember. Yeah, they don't know all the bugs, and in fact, this is with the Cinepack decoder, and I don't know if this was with. I've been following. There's been a recent thread on AtariAge for the Cinepack conversion stuff, and I'm not sure if it's just the utility they were using to convert Cinepack files to chunky format or whatever for video. I don't know all the ins and outs for video. Full disclaimer. But it seems like there was a long-standing bug, at least with that utility, or maybe with the Jaguar, where you couldn't have video files that were longer than 5 minutes. And so basically you'd stop the file and start up a new file if you needed to go longer. Anyways, they got that figured out. But anyways, back to the FPGA. Yeah, if they had a Jaguar core, I would go for it immediately. But they...
Oh, check this out. There's a bit of nostalgia.
What?
See that joystick? Haven't seen one of those in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Epix. I think that was Epix branded.
Well, yeah, they had the red and black one.
Yeah.
Just the plastic one. But yeah, that gray controller.
That rubber grip one.
Love that
It's nice. The rubber started wearing off, but yeah, a lot of nostalgia there. We played a lot of ST with that joystick.
Yeah, so this is the joystick we're talking
about. You guys can
I just switched it over. It's I don't know if the rubber's originally that kind of beige or if it's supposed to be white.
It was a lot lighter. It was kind of a gray color, what I remember
gray.
when I was younger, and then your
but
oils.
man, that stick.
Yeah, the clickiness on it was beautiful.
So this is really embarrassing, but I'm pretty sure when I was really little I kind of used that as a pacifier. I remember chewing on the nub.
I think I did too, honestly. So, embarrassing moments.
Yep, embarrassing childhood moments. Anyways, cool joystick. Their other joystick too, the red and black one, was a really good joystick. It wasn't as heavy as that one though. I remember that one being heavy, hefty.
It had some weight to it.
It's how Neo Geo does, or SNK does, joysticks. Really clicky. By the way, JagCorner, absolutely love your YouTube channel. Your videos are on a whole different universe of production value, care, and love for the Jag. Really mind-blowing. Please continue your lovely work. Thank you, Marcio Napoli. Hopefully I said that right. Sorry if I didn't. Thank you so much. The Iron Soldier review, and I've talked to you about this, it has over 12,000 views, and for a Jaguar video, that's anything outside of any angry video game nerd, for a Jaguar video is pretty impressive, if you can get up that high. And I would love to be doing videos like that, but it's a lot of work. It
was a labor of love. It was a lot of time for that video.
I went in, I reverse engineered modeled that Iron Soldier character so we could do that really cool graphic shot at the beginning. So I do visual effects as a day job, and so that was kind of practice. That's how I justified that video.
Yeah,
it was practice.
It was during work time.
It was during work time, and so we could do it. So if we somehow simplified that format a little bit, but had figured out how to keep it at least feeling high production value, I would love to be doing more of those, but I just haven't put the time into thinking that. But that could be a possibility in the future. If we stop deving for the games or something, we might do something like that. But right now, my Jag time is in development, and we want to be doing these live streams a little bit more too. So we'll definitely. I'm a quality person. When it comes to my work, I try to inject as much quality as I can. That doesn't mean that it is quality. It just means that I try. I try really hard.
Put the effort in.
Yeah, I put the effort in. For the live streaming stuff, I want to rely on people watching as much as possible. So if you have any suggestions, let us know. Doesn't mean we'll use it, but any help we appreciate. Okay, so we converted. I just compressed our graphic. So we went down from, let's see, do you know how to list file sizes?
ls-lh.
LH.
Gives you formatted sizes.
Oh, yeah. Here. Okay, so if you look at the map here, okay, thanks for switching me back over. So this is what we compressed, this file right here, and it's 56K, and we compressed it down to 8.7K. So just 15% of its original size. So that LZ77 compression is awesome. And I'm pretty sure right now the entire Crescent's memory program that includes Audit Will Be Watching, Flappy McFur, and Oddball, I think there's a few shared audio assets, but everything else is unique between those programs, because I wanted to keep them separate in case we released them separate or something. It's still under 2 megabytes. The program, it's something like 1.8 megabytes or something, and
it's a lot of palletized images.
Yeah, most of it's 8-bit.
It's not full 24-bit color stuff.
And the reason why I wanted to do that is I am composing some songs for Audit Will Be Watching, and so those audio takes up a ton of space, and I don't have the coding experience to figure out how to compress all that and decompress it well enough, at least the individual assets in the mod files, and so I'm making sure there's a lot of room for audio, and then I'm thinking about filling up the rest of that space with Easter eggs and secrets. We'll see. I don't want to say for sure, because they are secrets if I say for
keep
sure.
Keep the number 64 in mind at all times.
Yeah.
You'll probably
You'll probably find something. I'll probably throw a QR code or other secrets on the box or something too. So, well, I'll definitely keep that in mind. Okay, cool. So we have our converted graphic. What I need to do is there's a macro for our assembly. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't even understand all this. I kind of wish I did. Somebody who has a lot more experience with assembly would probably be able to tell me what all this is. But this is a macro that somehow builds out the code to load the assets, to link the assets appropriately on the assembler level when we run it through the linker. Anyways, I should have a section here. specifically for... Oh, no, I don't. Cutscenes, letterbox. It's been a while since I've added a background for a cutscene, so I need to go take a look.
Hey, Will, on this view, am I showing up?
No, you're not.
Oh, okay. So this thing, I could just
actually, no, you should be.
I could just be scrolling my Twitter feed here. If anybody sees something interesting,
let me double check. No, you are.
Okay, cool.
You are
so
showing
I
up.
Put that up there.
So
Zoom it up a little bit so it's a little better visible.
Also, if there's anything wrong with the stream, I'm kind of keeping an eye on it, but not completely. So if the audio's too high or too hot on something, let us know. Okay, cut, mouth, date, cutter, panther. I think I might gameplay. Where do I have, like, the hunting? Hunt data, actions. So there's the actions. Let's put it right here. So I'm going to do end game graphics, and I'm just going to copy one of these lines because we are coming up on our time, I think, pretty quick. We're at 45 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, doing a chiptune, Atari ST chiptune stream out of his bathroom. That's pretty cool.
Who?
Some guy on Twitter. That's awesome.
That is cool.
Keep going. I'll just
look at that toilet seat.
I know. That's
it's wood grain, like the 2600.
It's hand-carved mahogany.
It's hand-carved mahogany. Okay, end data. Cutscenes. Okay, so I need to copy. Why am I not? There it is. That's what I'm looking for. Right up to here. Copy that. Ooh, like that. And this is end dead.
I heard about this yet.
I haven't been too consistent with my naming convention, but so far it hasn't been too much trouble.
FujiNet, the Atari 8-bit computers.
What?
This guy said he just loaded a game onto his Atari 130XE over the friggin' internet with his FujiNet device.
Did you see that? Somebody on the Atari 8-bit, on the 800 or something, they created a program for streaming audio through the system for, I think it was SoundCloud or Spotify. That was really cool. No, it's awesome what people are doing with these new network controllers that they're releasing for these. I would love to get a network card for my ST, just so I can log on to BBSs and transfer files to my hard drive.
Yeah, we'll need to do that down the line. That's fascinating stuff. Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so we can access our background now. Now we're going to go to the actual cutscene. More spoilers! You're seeing all my files! Or folders, at least. Okay, so this is... When it's compressed, it's an unsigned unsigned integer, 8-bit integer. Yeah, that's right. And so when we pull it in to decompress it, we'll need to, he has an LZ77 unpacking routine that we can run. So for those who don't know, I'm running the removers library, which is the one done by Seb as well. I'm not using the library done by, I think it's Reboot. I'm pretty sure it's Reboot. I know GNN and Cyrano Jones, they're the ones that have been, I think they're the ones that developed it. And then there's also the sound library done by somebody else. I can't think of the name right now. They have a basic library, Atari Basic, I believe, for their library. So C code is technically the first lower level programming language I've learned. I can do HTML, I can do CSS, which are really, really high. They're layout languages. They're not even really programming languages.
They're not Turing.
And so I went to C code because of the Jag stuff, and people have encouraged me to go over to BASIC and stuff because it's probably a whole lot easier, and it's probably a little more fleshed out than the removers library is. I don't know. That's disclaimer, I don't know that. But everybody encourages me to go over to that. But I figured I've already spent 5 years in C code. I figure I'd just keep going. So maybe I'll get into the Raptor library. I think that's what it's called. It's called the Raptor library. One of these days I'll do that, but not today. Okay, I'm just going to copy and paste code because we are getting there on our time. So I'm just going to copy this. And we're going to do it before we load our text. And, I should rename that so this is data. So data, I'm just going to set up the structures here. In fact, I'm going to go rename this really quick to just ended VG. And we need to rename it here as well. Our header file. And it's going to be our phrase. Data is there, and I think it's 1336 by 168. Pretty sure. I can probably bring it up here. Image magic. Nope, I don't have it. Never mind. I'm pretty sure that's the size. We'll find out here really quick if that's it. And we need to unpack that data. And data, VG here. I just realized I should probably zoom up on my text here. It's probably a little small on the stream. Ended VG. Okay, and we need a sprite. And dead VG sprite. And we're bringing our data in there. I'm not going to change anything there because I'm pretty sure that's exactly where it needs to be. So that background is already in. I just need to attach it now. Attach the sprite to the display. And dead sprite to our display structure at layer 0. And I'm going to drop these down to layer 1 because I think I have some black letterbox bars here as well. Fades in, and then we need to remove everything. So when we remove a sprite, I do not have a helper function for this yet because it seems like my scenarios for detaching and attaching sprites are a little bit different depending on what I'm doing, so I haven't thought of a helper sprite or a helper function for this that could apply very easily to multiple situations. I just figured writing a helper function would take as much time as just writing out 3 lines of code. So, anyways, detach sprite from display. And we just feed it. And the sprite, again, we just feed it that. And then we free the structure because we allocated space for that. And we free the data, the allocated memory for our data that we unpack to when we leave. And these don't take a whole lot of time, especially when it's only a few sprites that we're dealing with. So I think that's all we need to make something show up. So let's cd ... or cd ... slash. I swear I know how to use a terminal. Make clean, and then make virtual Jaguar ROM. Oh, not yet. We have an error anyways. I gotta edit the program so we can go directly to it here. Data. Oh, whoops. And there we go. And dead.
Oh my goodness.
What?
I guess I didn't know these were a thing, but I guess there's double-ended cartridges. The Atari 2600.
Yeah, I've seen them before.
Somebody dared this guy to play both ends of it simultaneously.
So he stacked one. Oh, I see it. Oh, gosh. What happened?
They both work.
Did the universe explode? Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, that's right, because it's one half goes into the Coleco.
Oh,
and the other one's
that's
for the Atari 2600. They did for
I
compatibility.
thought it was a System Link thing. Can't you do multiplayer now? Literally balancing another console on top.
Gosh, yeah, this guy's post getting thrown around. The FujiNet one. That's interesting.
Okay, I just fixed that. What else? We had another problem. 26. Just behind that, forgot a semicolon. Unknown detached sprite. 54. Detached sprite from. Oh, oops. Missing an underscore. Make clean. Make. I think we should be there now. Got a few warnings, but that's for something else, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. Yeah, those are just unused variables. We're fine there. And that's something I gotta go fix later. Not worried about that. Sorry guys, I should have prepped for this a little bit more.
It's alright.
I don't want you to see the whole game, so I have to do some edits here. It'll take just a couple minutes. Because I do this pretty regularly so I can jump to certain parts of the program, but it does take a little bit of setup to get it exactly where I want it. Just need to remove, oh no, leave that, it's up here. Oh, where are you? Crap, did I, no, it's here. Oh, it's not here. Okay, so I think I need to put a comment there. Pretty sure. Oh, yep, that's right. Okay, I need to set this to 2. And that should jump right in there. And then I gotta make an edit to the make file. Just like this. Okay. That should be all I need to do. Oh no, there's one more thing. Where are you? Crescent memories, right here. I'm gonna comment those out. Okay. Let's make that. Let's do a full make. Okay, one more change and we'll be there. I got to set exactly what cutscene we're going to. And I need to check that. And dead, which is 19. Okay, now we're going to go directly to the cutscene. And I'm going to do one more change. I'm going to make it so... I'm just going to make this really long. No, what I'm going to do, turn usually 1. Game state, or usually, yeah. 1.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Usually, one. Just leaving some notes here for me in case I forget that I make this change.
You heard about this Lynx game called Unnamed?
Yeah.
Looks pretty cool. I guess it's ready for release. They're just looking to get the cartridges.
Oh, really?
That's what this
article
came
that
out
together
yesterday.
quick. No, it looks really good. It kind of reminds. It's like a mix of Dracula, but has the Zelda kind of adventure, top-down adventure feel to it. Yeah, it looks really good. He had a demo out. It was very simple at one point, but yeah, it looks really cool. But soccer kid.
This is the guy who has the Atari_Jaguar handle. At Atari_Jaguar.
I don't think
Twitter.
I'm following it.
Not a lot of people are. Of course, it's Jaguar, I guess.
Oh. Yeah.
He posts pretty regular, though. Interesting.
Okay. Moment of truth. I think we got it. Make. Oh, whoops. CD.
Oh, that's fine.
Make. Okay. We're good. Oh. This should... Oh, no. Didn't like that. Crap. We may not be seeing anything. I usually have... Oh. Crescent memories. No, that's right. That's good. I think it just has to do with this. Where I have this set up. No, that's right. That's good. yeah, we're skipping all that. We're going directly into the game. Yeah, that's good. Here, let's do this. Let's crescent memories, or audit will be watching. And let's set this back to 0 and comment that out. Clean. There we go. Why is that still loading? I don't know why I deleted my comment. Oh, there we go. There's our problem. There's your problem. X and right. We don't need any of that. Don't need any. Okay, right here. I think this is. Free font. Yeah, that's where we want it. I think it'll work. I think. 509. It didn't like where I put that. Why didn't it like that? We're only freeing the font graphics, so that's all we need. Game 2. Doesn't like where I'm commenting out. Gosh. I had this set up before. I must have, without thinking about it, deleted that comment. Now I gotta figure this all out again. Oh, I need this while statement. Oh, okay. There we go. Got it. Got it. Actually, right there. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now, I don't want you to see anything else, so I need to switch this back. Got it. Sorry that took so long. You're doing good. Got it. Nope, still didn't work. Why didn't that jump? Oh. There we go. Oh, it crashed. Doesn't like going to that. Going directly to gameplay. 9. Let's see if I can do it through my debug screen. I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't like that. It's probably crashing. Phrase ended. Size of. Yeah, that's good. Well, this should have been easy, guys. Make, clean, make. Oh, CD. Most of these warnings I don't have to worry about. Yeah, that's fine. Typically don't have to worry about them. Unused variable. Not worried about any of those. Let me add, I have my linker warnings turned off, so things would go faster. They're all fine. Yeah, it's building just fine. And I'm not seeing any warnings. Here, let's try this. Let's try going to another cutscene. Okay, other cutscenes are working. So it's not the program itself. It is just this specific one. So there's something I'm not doing right. So let's uncomment or comment out this stuff. Like that. And build it again. And it's sprite 25. 5. Oh. There we go. And it's number 19, I'm pretty sure. Oh wow. There must be something that relies on. I don't see anything. -1. Again. No, it's just waiting there. That is strange. There could be something that I changed a long time ago that isn't right anymore. No, I've had it go to this screen before. This shouldn't be having a problem. Okay, let's do this. Just to make sure that there isn't any in-between stuff that state needs. What we can do is go directly into gameplay. Like this. And we're going to kill off all our characters. This is the long-about way of doing this. Dismantled. Dismiss. Cutter is gone. Oh no. Panther's gone. Oh no. And Patent's gone. So it should go to our screen. Let's see. Oh, I have to end the day, so I need to make sure I light the fire. Oh, there's a bug of some sort there. Whoa. Oh, there's a huge problem. I thought I had this all worked out. Yeah, so this should not be working. I should be dead. Here, my guess is, so I have flags that track who's dead and who's not, and so that dismiss command must not be marking those flags. So it thinks that those characters are still alive, even though I can't scroll left and right. Huh. Oh. I guess we're not going to see that sprite this time, guys. I'm not sure. I really don't know why it isn't going into that scene. Let's see here. It is 10 or 19, right? 19. End dead game stats. Let me double check things here really quick. We were getting into this just fine. I'm going to check really quick the size of that sprite. Pretty sure it's work projects. No. Dead graphics. 336 by 168. So yeah, that's correct. I was just double checking things here. End dead. Yep, that's right. That's right. Sprite is right.
So we got a comment. Stage 1 boss is wondering how things are going. He just barely got on the stream, but he has to head off to work, I guess.
Things are going good. Just staying indoors like everybody else. Working on Jag stuff when I can. Usually my day job, though. I'm putting together some things for Albert and AtariAge. I'm not going to say what, because I don't know if it's okay for me to say what. But I am working on some art things, illustration things for him. Yeah, it's been going good, though. How are things for you, Stage 1 boss? I'm familiar with you. That's your same name on AtariAge, so. Hey, at least you have work, right? That's a good thing. Wish we could figure this out. Detach sprite and dead. Right? Yeah, those are all fine. 19, that should take us right to where we want. But it crashes. Why in the world would it crash there? Oh. That's why. Figured it out.
I've heard that before.
I'm unloading all the game sprites before it goes into that. There it is. Got it! And that was really short, but there it was!
That was the sprite? Oh,
yeah,
your new background that you drew last time.
That's that right. We did last time. That's why I wanted to do this, is here. So let me switch this. Just make it a really big number. And we'll build that again so everybody can see it. In fact, we'll move a couple sprites around before we're done. Game over! All of Trevor's friends have died or disappeared, and he's super sad up on top of this rock. Is he gonna self-delete? Or is he just gonna mourn his friends? Don't know. I wanted to leave it a little ambiguous. So, background came out really well, though. I really like it.
We can leave that as a alternate plot line for future games.
Yeah. No, I was thinking of
like the whole Zelda
universe,
multiple paths and things.
Oh, that's true. It's a split timeline thing. That would be awesome. I'm going to move that game over sprite around a little bit. Put it at 30 and put this at 30 as well. We're going to left align those. Let's see what that looks like. And it looks like we'll bump them up. About 40 pixels. So 40 and 59 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 down to 52. Cool. I'm glad we got that figured out before the stream ended. That's nice. I almost got this done, and we can banter a little bit. 15, 55, 74.
This Command
cool.
3D would be a fun one to do a live stream of.
My game over's gone. Where's my game over? Which one? Missile Command 3? Yeah, I would love
go
that.
for some high scores. That'd be fun.
It'd be
cool.
Get
a couple other guys here. The other guys. Whoa! What the heck?
55. Okay, I think this is the winner here. Well, sorry, I'm getting picky. We're almost there.
It's the VR.
50. Let's make this 48 pixels, and this one 67. And we should be there. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. I might rework that text later. It might say something different too in the final release, but anyways, there it is. That's going to be the end card. Yeah, and I'm going to leave it that aspect ratio too. And I'm going to put down at the bottom, I'm going to put a message that says press B to continue. But anyways, that's it for our Jag Dev today. You got some more stuff to look at, Bryce?
I was just checking out this video somebody posted of the Jag VR version of Missile Command 3D.
Oh.
Some slight differences apparently.
So the ROM is out there now. Somebody released the actual VR ROM. Because there's a different version of the game that is for VR.
Oh, and that's probably what he's showing here.
Oh, wait, no. What did they release?
Differences here. It has this weird...
Yeah, there is a different version of it. I actually don't know what the difference is, because I thought you could enable a normal version of...
Jag VR, or Missile Command
of
VR
Missile Command 3D. I thought you could.
3D.
I'm pretty sure you can, too.
Yeah, that was my understanding.
Maybe there's some bug fixes or something. Oh! No. I thought I had a memory that they maybe altered the helmet or something, but I don't remember. Mine, what's his name? Oh gosh, I can't remember his name. He's on my Instagram. Let me jump on really quick. Because he knows, I think he actually owned one of the VR helmets at one point. And so he has like a ton of information on it. Let's see if I can find him here quickly. I'm sure. Oh no, he didn't. Do a quick search here. Accounts. Mind Threat. Clint Thompson. That's who it is. Mind Threat. And I'm pretty sure that's his AtariAge handle too. Anyways, Mind Threat knows everything about the VR stuff. And yeah, and I don't know if he released that ROM or somebody released that ROM. And there's some sort of difference, but
let's take a look at it.
Anyways. Well, that's our stream. Let us know if you want to see something specific in the removers library. Something I want to do here, and we've probably hit the end of our stream, so I don't want to banter too much here. Yeah, we're already at an hour 15. But something I would like to do here once, I do want to keep making games for the Jag. Bryce does too, on some level. We need to talk about that some more. But yeah, Clint is an awesome guy. I really like Clint. I've talked to him on several occasions. He helped me get information and resources for the Panther when I did that Atari propaganda art book. I was just looking for some good images, and I think he pointed me in the right direction on things with that. And so he's a really cool guy. He's a cool guy to follow on Instagram too. He posts all these retro wave pictures of his motorcycles, and he has one of the Atari MIDI boards. It had the flat keys.
Oh,
it's called the Atari the Atari Box, BOXZ, I think. Something like that. Really cool, big MIDI board, expensive. There's people that still use them too. Anyways, he's really cool to follow on Instagram. He's one of the few people I actually pay attention to on social media. Anyways, what was I going for? Oh yeah, tutorial stuff. I would like to do some tutorial stuff on the removers library, and these streams might be the avenue for that. So if anybody's interested in seeing how to do something specific with the removers library, let me know. I would love to do that. Yeah, that's it. So really cool. I think you can do slides and everything too with your finger. It's all touch. The whole thing is touch. Hots, that's what it was. With a Z, right?
Hots box.
Yeah. Really weird thing. Anyways, so yeah, if you want to see me do specific stuff in the removers library, it'll actually help me solidify some things with the removers library. These programs, they get so big that I jump from one set of tasks or functions that I use consistently to another set of functions, and so it'd be cool to do some tutorials eventually. That's kind of a long-term goal, but these streams might be a good place to do something like that, at least some mini tutorials or something.
Yeah, I think I'd like to do some gameplay stuff too. So
yes, yeah.
Let's play streams.
Definitely do some Let's Plays. Especially, if we're going to be doing this streaming more often, we'll be doing some more Let's Plays.
Throw out some recommendations for games we should play. We mentioned Missile Command 3D. It'd be fun to do an arcade one, go for high score. Yeah. That's the funnest with a group.
I started, on my single-player streams, and it might be cool to have a second player there because it gets a little repetitive, but Battle Morph, I wanted to start a series of live streams on that and actually beat that game.
Go through the whole game, yeah.
And so I have a start on that one. We can jump back on that one. Or we can do one-offs, too. I'm fine with one-offs, but yeah, there's not a lot of people live streaming the Jaguar, of course, and yes, I say Jaguar. It's where I come from. Deal with it. I've tried to change. Jaguar is hard for me to say. It's really weird for me to say that.
Just call it the Jag.
The Jag.
We're all good. So,
right? Flappy McFur is still one of my favorite Jag homebrews due to how artistic and nice it looked overall. Sweet, thank you. Yep. I want everything we do to look nice, at least. And I know that isn't gameplay, but it'll look nice.
Heck, even the gameplay, I mean, you put a lot of extra effort into polishing that. Because I remember we had a build where it's like, it's good enough. You're like, no. And you spent another 20 hours on
want to figure out the physics and stuff.
Get it smooth.
This has been a huge uphill battle for me because math is not my forte. Programming is obviously a barrier for me. And so I've been over the last decade, essentially, I've been figuring that all out, and it's a skill that I am okay at. I can figure things out now and put things together.
Programming is what I do for a living, but I'm more high level. I'm in the JavaScript realm, and so whenever I have to work in C, it's like taking a step back and was like, variable types, really? Yeah. Sorry, I'm a lazy programmer. Yeah. What can I say?
But Flappy McFur. I hope you're good. I think if you like Flappy McFur, you're gonna like Oddball. It's basically Pong, but I've taken that same artistic style from Flappy McFur and applied it to a Pong clone. And there's some different mechanics in there beyond Pong too, so it's a little more interesting than just Pong. There's only one more thing we got to figure out with that, and that's the rotary controls. And I'm going to be reaching out to the community for help on that. And then, so Audit will be watching is my artistic showcase piece. So there is a game there. It's fun. It's okay. It's worth playing once or twice. But it's going to look really, really good. I'm very happy with how it looks. Like I've been frustrated with how long it's taken me to get this all put together, but I think after I'm done, it's going to be one of those. I'm glad I put all this time into it, because I do want to move into game development outside the Jaguar eventually, and this will be a nice showcase piece in case I want to jump on with an existing team or something. So, and it will look really, really good on the Jag. So,
absolutely.
Anyways. Yep.
Super looking forward to Audit.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it being released on cartridge.
Yeah, it's physical. It's a whole other level.
Hey, before we jump, let me. So, this, if I had gotten through the code quicker, I would have spent some time on this illustration. I'm doing a family portrait of all the characters, and Audit will be watching. The robot still needs some fleshing out. I couldn't remember what the robot looked like. I need to go and look at the actual game and see what his face looks like. I don't even know what it looks like. Anyways, so maybe next time I'll just jump into this illustration and we'll work on that. Maybe I may get this done here in the next few days, anyways, and I'll have something else prepped. But yeah, doing a family portrait here. I don't know if I'll use this for the box or the manual. I've been doing art just so there's art. I'm trying to figure out kind of the tone of what all the artwork for the packaging and the manual is going to look like. I haven't figured that out in my head yet, and so when I can't figure it out in my head, I jump into it and see if I can come up with something. So, anyways, cool. Is there anything else?
I think we're good.
Cool. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Please like and subscribe. We like it when social media grows organically. It's one reason why we haven't advertised this on our Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. Thanks, Stage One Boss. I hope this art piece turns out really good. I think it will. I have some visions in my head, and so
your art always turns out great.
Yes. I can show you. Let me show you some other pieces.
Just open the box.
Let me open the box. We're gonna have some fun here before we end the stream. Well, open. Let's see here. You guys hopefully can't see this window. I don't think they can. I don't want. Yeah, okay, good. I'm navigating right now. This is why it's taking a little bit of time. I gotta find it. Jaguar stuff. I got a few pieces for Cutter that I started putting together, and I do not like them at all. And I know you guys will say the opposite, so I'm not looking for not looking for my ego to be stroked here.
Looking for validation.
I'm not looking for validation, but I have been working on other assets. If I can find it, I may not be able to find it. Crescent Memories, History. It would be right here if I had it. I may have to
save it
together. Yeah, for next time. Program, title screen.
The cliffhanger, right?
Yeah, it's a cliffhanger. Anyways, yeah, maybe I'll show. I only have a couple other pieces that I've started on with character art. And you know what we could do is we have some history files of just old versions of artwork and some videos. We could probably show that next time and kind of go, maybe talk about our development.
Do you have some of the early copies of Flappy McFur?
Yeah.
Let's look at some beta versions.
What we could do is look at some beta versions of the very first versions of Flappy McFur and kind of do maybe a side-by-side. Because I can show you the new version of Flappy McFur. It's close enough to the original version. There are some changes, though. just with interface and stuff. So anyways, that can be next time. We'll think about it. We'll come up with something for next time. There's plenty to talk about. Anyways, again, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. We will probably advertise this a little bit more next time, maybe even on AtariAge a little bit more, now that we're kind of getting a feel for what this might be like consistently. And maybe we'll just do some Let's Play next time. But anyways, thanks for watching, and we will see you again next time.
See ya.